get into this?
I initially started teaching in Roanoke County 11, 12 years ago, and decided I wanted to try teaching internationally. So I've lived in Dubai for 3 years and Norway for 1. I'm here to ensure that our kids are safe and that they're having the best possible educational and extracurricular opportunities that they can have while they're here in Roanoke. And so I've tried to really think back to what was important to me during my time abroad and make sure that those things are available to students. I think it also is very important just to have honest conversations and check-ins with them to see what are you missing, what are you lacking, in developing an open and honest relationship with one another so that if something arises that they're not uncomfortable asking. We have a very, very strong and dedicated staff that work very closely together. We have a native Chinese speaker who is here from our Shenhe campus, she's just been a fantastic addition to our team. We also have 2 other teachers from North Cross, our director and his wife, Stephen and Monica Alexander, as well as a few other people in the North Cross community that have really just come together. They're committed to being active and involved in students' lives. They are dedicated to kids both inside and outside of school, and they really have embraced living life here and making it a part of their own routine and daily commitments. So we set up all sorts of activities such as hikes or trips or bowling or getting them to and from extracurricular activities like robotics club. Some of my favorite activities have been our scavenger hunt downtown Roanoke. Welcome to Roanoke, where do you live? Let's go find out some more things about what's close to us. And then we also hosted the SCA here last weekend and played some just really fun minute-to-win-it games, and that was really nice to have other North Cross students and from local schools visiting us. Downtown is fantastic. There's so many things within walking distance, the symphony, the theater, the art museum, not to mention all the shops and restaurants that we have here in Roanoke. It's been really great for our students to feel a little bit more urban in a rural environment. Study hours between 7:30 and 9:30 in the evening are a big part of where we find out our students are academically. If they're not coming and asking for help, we are watching and observing their study habits. We do check in with them. I sit down and study and drill and help with art history a lot. We have several people here that are able to help with the humanities and languages as well. And so there's some one-on-one tutoring that happens with us to increase their language skills, but I think more than anything, encouraging them to speak English as often as possible, but also being available to be there for that extra support, that extra help, explaining what certain stories mean in our culture, or that they might have missed the moments that are in between or that are just understood by Americans, being available to explain and process that with students and work through it. Well, we have had nothing but positive feedback about our food. Our chef, Dave Black, has worked extremely hard to provide a variety that is not repeatable often. They've definitely given us a good feeling that they're enjoying their meals, but there's been a few requests for things all over the world that we're working very hard to provide for them. Some of that naturally will happen between roommates, or our girls are really close, their doors are open and they're swapping clothes, and boys are who knows, passing food around and checking on each other, and naturally they will form their own relationships. But we also have incorporated something called mandatory fun, which is mandatory, and it's always something that should be keeping them active and interacting. So mandatory fun looks like bowling, mandatory fun looks like scavenger hunts around town. Sometimes you really have to put teenagers out of their comfort zone for them to become more aware of each other, and also to just develop some relationships that wouldn't naturally happen on their own. So right now that's our game plan.